One of the most selfless acts a person can do in their life is to give their life in forms of service to others. And one of the greatest civic duties a person can do is give their life to the service of this country. And some of the bravest individuals in this country perform their service in the military. Some individuals perform their service in political careers. And then there are average folks like you and me who perform our service as letter carriers, and we provide to the communities every single day. Sometimes we directly or indirectly affect every single person every single day, whether we're physically going to their homes or whether we're in their neighborhood passing by because they may not have mail that day. This is one of the greatest selfless acts a person can do in their life, to give their life to service to the American people. And for that, I say thank you to members of the armed services, for our politicians out in Congress, local and state officials, and people like you and me, and the United States Postal Service. United States Postal Service, it could have been named United States Postal System. It could have been United States Post Office, but it's a service. So that means that we provide a service to the public at large. And for that, we provide security and stability to many people. Sometimes we're the first people that they see after a storm or through a great pandemic. As the country is unsure of where it's headed, and the security of the nation is trying to be dealt with by those who we trust in the political service. Us civil servants, we're out there every single day, ensuring the American people that everything will be all right. Some of the most selfless people I've met have been in the last 3 years in my career here at the Postal Service. And it takes a certain person to commit themselves to that. It's not a job for everyone, as we see through new hires. They come, they try it out, and unfortunately they realize sometimes fairly quickly that this may not be the career for them. But for those who stick around, I say thank you. We all know that this job has its own trials and tribulations. As there are many bad days, there are even more good days. Some of the best days I have is out on my route, seeing my customers. There are customers that, I may be the only person that they speak to that day. They can be waiting for me to pass by at the same time because they become accustomed to my schedule. Okay. And in return, I provide a service to them. I provide security for that person, and in times of me not seeing that person, I can perform welfare checks. I can make sure that person is looked after. So in a sense, a letter carrier does more than just deliver mail. We are a member of the community in which we serve. Letter carriers around the country have, if not maybe, one of the toughest jobs in civil service. We are out here in the rain, in the snow, and we may be the first people out here after a national disaster. We may be the first people that the community sees after hurricanes or national attacks against our country. In a way, we do this because we want to. In a way, it's because it's our job. But ultimately, we are the first line of security that the American people see. They see their letter carrier in their neighborhood after any great national matter, and they feel all right. The letter carrier craft is sometimes often neglected when it comes to politics, and I won't get involved with that. But the satisfaction that I get as a letter carrier to be a member of communities, there's bar none anything greater than that I've experienced in my life. as a letter carrier on the overtime desire list, you are even more beneficial because you touch many more communities than just the route that you serve. Sometimes you can afflict a whole zip code if you are doing splits and pivots, and sometimes you can touch many zip codes if you're a CCA. CCAs are one of the most important positions in my opinion, because you can be in multiple zip codes and multiple towns, and throughout a week, throughout a year, you can touch thousands, if not tens of thousands of people, and we become a familiarity for people at a home. So this is just a public service announcement to say thank you for those who selflessly given their life over to the Postal Service to become a better person in the communities that we serve, and to be a beacon of hope in times of uh, goodness and in times of uncertainty. Um, I know that this career is extremely rewarding for the reasons I mentioned above. But one of the greatest things, like I said, for a person to do is to fulfill their civic duty, to give back to the American people, to provide service. And, for those who do this kind of work, I say thank you. I appreciate you, and keep up the good work.